Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today in this video I'm going to review the Digoo SB-XYA Smart Video Doorbell Pro. In this video I'm going to go through its features, show you how to configure it, and I'm also going to compare it with the older model, the SB-XYZ. The major differences between the newer model and the older one, that the new one features a 1080p sensor, whereas the older one records only on 720p. In addition, it features a faster response time. The newer model features two built-in rechargeable batteries, whereas in the older generation you had to use AA batteries. And finally, the newer generation has a passive infrared detector, and it can also be connected to RF accessories, whereas the older one couldn't. So let's see what we're getting inside. First of all, we get in the doorbell, and on the bottom we can see the mounting bracket. We get in a screwdriver, screws, and the instructions manual. So this is how the unit looks like. You can see that the design is updated. It's also noticeably heavier because it has a built-in battery, and it weighs about 192 grams, whereas the older model without batteries weighs 135.5 grams. The front dimensions are similar, but the newer model is narrower, and also it's a little bit thinner than the newer generation, so they pretty much shrink it down, and it also looks, in my opinion, better. On the front we can find the speaker, which is pretty much located in the same position like the older one. Over here we have an infrared sensor which we can see, then the camera, the light sensor, the microphone, and finally we can find here the ring button, which is a little bit hard to press and is not as easy to press as this one. This one also is bigger and can indicate that the user needs to press it in order to ring the bell, whereas here it's not so obvious in my opinion. In order to mount the device to your wall, first you have to drill two holes that are going to be located here, mount it to your wall, and then all you have to do is just slide this mounting bracket from the bottom, and then just use the included hex screwdriver and secure it like that. Now it is secured. It's not going to be protected, of course, from theft. Somebody could just unscrew this hex screw and just take it away, but this is something that you will need to take into consideration if you're afraid somebody is going to steal it. Charging the device is done through this micro USB connector, and you also have a reset button if you would like to perform a system reset. By the way, it's waterproof and it's ready to be IPX6, so it can withstand some water. In order to configure the doorbell and to connect it, you will need to download the Video Doorbell app from the App Store or from the Google Play. Then open the app. It would like to send you notifications in order to inform you that somebody is at the door, so press OK. Then either log into your current account or register a new one. Then in order to connect to the device, long press the doorbell button for about 5 seconds. Then you can see that this blue LED indicator is going to flash. Make sure that the Bluetooth is on, and now you can see the device has been discovered. Press the blue light is flashing. Then choose the Wi-Fi account and the Wi-Fi password and enter your Wi-Fi password. Press the next step, and now you have to wait for about 90 seconds for the configuration to be done. And now you can see that the doorbell binding was successful. Press done. Let's click on the upgrade. Click this button in order to upgrade the device. It should take about 2 minutes or so. And now we got this notification that the update was successful and it's recommended to restart. Let's press OK. So the app is pretty easy to use. Over here we can see the history records of somebody calls you, but let's start with this button. If you press it, it's going to display the video from the doorbell. So you can see there is a little bit of delay, but we can see the video in real time. If you want to enter full screen, just press this button and now we can see it's full screen. If you want to talk to the other side, just press this button. And then the other side is going to hear you through the speaker over here. Over here we can see the battery status of the device. So now it's on 18%. That's why I'm charging it. Now when somebody is going to call you, it's going to record 10 seconds of video to the device. It has 8 GB of internal storage. So if somebody is calling you, you're gonna see this notification. Then you can check who is it. You can see video over here. You can also hear the person from the other line. And if you want to communicate back, just hit this call begins button. And then you can start speaking to the other side. I'm covering the speaker to prevent the echo. And if you want to end it, just press call ends and it will end the call. Now, by the way, even if the device is not on and the app is not on the background, still, even if we press this button, can see that now you have the video doorbell, the guests have arrived, and by pressing it, it's going to open the app, and then you can answer the doorbell. Now I installed the app also on my iPhone, and I also logged in with the same account, and after opening the application, it will already connect to the doorbell. You can see that we can see all the previous calls. If you want to play the video, just press this play button, and then you can play it. It will download it to device. You can see we get 10 seconds video. Again, if you want to communicate with the doorbell, press this icon, and now it's going to display the video over here on the real-time video. And if somebody is calling you, you will get a notification on the iPhone. You can see that the master has arrived. We can open the app, and then we can check who's on the other side of the doorbell. By the way, in the app, you can add multiple doorbells, and you can also add roles. So you have family managers, so you can add more accounts, and then you can set them as just users or managers, so they can change the settings of the doorbell. Now let's see how the Ring compares to the older model. So this is the newer one. And this is the older one. So I think the older one is just a little bit louder than the new one. Let's check it again. Maybe it's just a little bit louder, but actually it's almost the same. So overall, I think that the new upgraded doorbell is a pretty nice doorbell, and it performed quite well. The response time was lower than the older generation, and also the battery will last you for a longer time, and it's pretty cool to have a built-in battery, whereas on the older generation you had to change it all the time. In my test, I could get the older generation to work for about 20 days or so, and with this one you should get about 2 months. I still haven't tested it, but if you have any questions you can ask it down below, and probably in about 2 months or so I will be able to answer the question how long did the battery last, which probably is one of the most interesting questions for most of you. In terms of performance, the app wasn't flawless. It did have some bug and crash sometimes, but in general it performed pretty well. And by the way, the new app is not compatible with the older one, so if you have 2 of these doorbells, you will have to use 2 separate apps in order to operate the doorbells. In terms of price, it costs about $100, whereas this one costs $50, but I will try to find a coupon for you and I will include it in the description down below. I think there is a coupon that lowers the price also to $50. I will try to find out, and hopefully it's going to be included in this video. I thank you for watching my video. I hope it was informative enough and it helped you to decide if you want to get this doorbell or not. If you have any questions, feel free to ask it in the comment section down below, and I'll see you soon on my next videos. Goodbye.